Jeff Shore back with you as we continue on our series of keys to success. Last time we talked about confidence and how critical that aspect of confidence is. Now let's add another really, really important key to it, and it's called diligence. It's the idea of that stick-to-itiveness. It's the do it again, do it again, do it again. I read a really, really powerful book a couple of years back. I've actually read it a couple of times now by one of my favorite authors and just one of the really great thinkers of our time, Darren Hardy, who's the publisher of Success Magazine. And the book is called The Compound Effect. And it's all about those little things that we do day after day after day that have a growth effect, that have a compound effect over a period of time. Now, the reality is that can be good or bad. Bad habits are woven a little bit at a time, but the book, of course, is about good habits. How do we build those habits a little bit at a time? And the compound effect, the returning effect that we get over time. You see, when it comes to success, especially in sales, you cannot speak highly enough to diligence, to the idea that you have to stick with it and you have to do it again. You have to do it again. You have to do it again. And you have to do it again. And that applies to your practice. That applies to your closing approach. That applies to your outreach, to your follow-up. I mean, over and over again, that skill set, that mindset that's called diligence is absolutely critical. And so I want to suggest to you that if you want to build your diligence muscle, if you want to get stronger and stronger in your diligence, then one key mindset is this. I had suggested to my coach, Dan Sullivan, that, man, I really need stronger discipline. And he stopped me and he said, no, Jeff, you have all the discipline you will ever have. You have all the discipline you will ever need. You don't need more discipline. What you need are better habits. And he was right. When we're performing at our highest level, we are performing with good, strong habits. And that's what diligence is really all about. Diligence is most effective when it's applied to those good habits that we can do over and over again. Now, here's the good news. You probably already know what those habits are. You know what you are doing consistently, religiously. You know when your performance is clicking because you can trace it back to those habits. But you also know when we start to slip. You know when you sort of lose those habits, how it affects you, how it affects your sales pace, how it affects your conversation, and how it affects you mentally. So I'm going to ask you here today to sit down and say, what are the habits, the rituals that make for success in what it is that I'm doing? And then commit to the most important habit, whatever one that is. Diligently commit to that important habit first. Don't try and tackle them all, just one, that really important habit. Because what you're going to find here is that you will get that compound effect. As you attack that habit, you'll get stronger and stronger, and that's going to give you energy to attack the next habit. And then we'll start to introduce that, and we'll build and we'll build and build, and before you know it, you're right back in your game, over and above where you had ever been before. The second key to success is diligence. Stay with it. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again until you change someone's world.